Hello and welcome. I'm Rachel Jones, the Joyful Space Specialist, author of Minimalism.com. Today I want to talk to you about some powerful decluttering ideas that will change your home. I know if you are here and watching this right now, you are sick and tired of seeing all the clutter all over your home, and you are ready for some serious change and want to see a drastic difference. Number 1. Box it all up. Many people don't want to commit to a serious change immediately or permanently. In fact, when they start decluttering, they think, well, I don't want to get rid of this. What if I need it? So try an experiment. Box up all those items and set them aside in a place that you can go and retrieve them if you need them, but out of the way so you can experience what it's like to live in a minimal home. The minimalists, Joshua and Ryan, talked about having a packing party where they put everything in boxes, set it in a spare room, and as they went through the month, they would go and retrieve the items that they needed. In the end, they found that they only used 20% of their possessions, and they were able to get rid of 80% of what had been in their home. This helps so much if you like to hang on to things just in case you need them. When I did this with my extra kitchen supplies, I found that I would rather make do with what I had on hand than go out to the garage to get that single-use item. And it didn't mean that I suffered through the month. It wasn't harder. I just learned to live without it, and it was perfectly fine. Number 2, be honest with a buddy. Having an accountability partner makes a huge difference in the decluttering process. Have someone who will commit to coming over to your home once a week and you go to their home once a week, or do it over the phone or through Snapchat, sending each other messages. It really puts into perspective, why are you keeping certain things? Ask each other tough questions. Why do you want to keep that? When are you going to use it? Have you ever used it? If so, how long ago was that? Does it make your life easier or add more work to your task? Does it help you achieve the life that you want to live, this life that you're pursuing as you are on your minimalist journey? Number 3, set a limit. Most often it's the extreme minimalists who pride themselves on only owning 100 items, or everything that they own can fit into a backpack. And that's great for someone who is single and travels all the time and works remotely. But for the rest of us that have a home and a family, that's not reasonable at all, and it complicates life instead of providing you with the freedom that minimalism offers. When it's time to declutter my children's room, it's very hard for them to think through, what do I want to get rid of and what do I want to keep. Even using the KonMarie method of what sparks joy, I have a couple kids who say everything sparks joy, so they should keep everything. But I found when I say you can keep 20 personal items, this is their own personal stash, then they're so focused on what is so special to them that they will give it space in their area and be part of that 20 items. They don't mourn the loss of getting rid of everything else. They're focused on what they really love and what they want to keep. And don't be surprised if it's really bizarre things. Sometimes it's craft projects. Sometimes it's rocks or sticks, but it's their decision, so let them have their decision. This doesn't account for the sets of items. Those we keep in a different place and we rotate through them over the year. You can use the same method when you work around the house. Determine how many drinking glasses you use on a daily basis and set that as your limit. Determine how many towels you use on a weekly basis and set that as your limit. Everything owned can be limited based on your daily and weekly use. Seasonal items can be limited, stored in the garage, and limited by how consistently you use them during that season. If it's been several seasons and they're not getting used, really look at that. Are you going to use them? Do you want that? Does it bring enough value to your life to take up the space that it's taking up? Sentimental items can also be limited based on the size of a keepsake box or the area that you have in your home to display them. and what you want displayed. Set a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly goal. Decluttering gurus have been promoting decluttering challenges for years. Joshua Becker has the 12-12-12, a simple task of locating 12 items to throw away, 12 items to donate, 12 items returned to their proper home can be a really fun and exciting way to organize 36 items in your house. 365 things. Make a commitment to get rid of one item a day. If a big decluttering challenge overwhelms you, getting rid of one item a day seems very feasible. And it helps you shift your mindset as you look through your home and think, what do I really want to keep and why? Shifting your thought process is the biggest step in the whole process of embracing simplicity. KonMarie from White House Black Shutters has the 40 bags in 40 days challenge, which coincides with Lent, but you could use it any time of the year. She has a free printable, a Facebook group, and daily email course to help you stay focused and motivated through the challenge. 2019 and 2019, my personal favorite, of course. This is the challenge that I offer on my blog, and if you're looking for the printout, if you're watching the video on YouTube, you can find the link below in the description. If you are watching it somewhere else, you can just Google 2019 and 2019 Decluttering Challenge and I will come up. I have a free printable with check boxes, and my kids loved checking those boxes off. We would celebrate after we hit 1,000 and we would go out to ice cream. The Minimalist game. The Minimalists talk about this on their website. The idea is to get rid of the same number of items as the day of the month. So on the first of the month, you get rid of one item. On the second, you get rid of 2 items. On the third, you get rid of 3 items. And this goes all the way through to 30 or 31 items. It's encouraged that you find a friend who is willing to do this challenge with you. And by the end of the month, you will get rid of 465 to 496 things. Number 5, establish a routine. I can't say it enough. If you don't wash your dishes twice a day, you are missing out on minimalist living. It doesn't matter how little you have. If your house isn't clean, it will still feel cluttered. You have to work on this every day. I know people think that that's crazy because it sounds crazy if you're not in the habit of doing the dishes and you hate doing the dishes. But limiting the dishes to only what we use in one meal means I have to wash the dishes after each meal. But it takes me less than 10 minutes to do that. I spend a total of 15 to 20 minutes washing dishes every day. I know you're thinking, oh, I don't want to wash the dishes every day. But before minimalism, I would use all the dishes in the entire kitchen before I would wash them. Then it would take me 3 hours to wash the dishes. I would end up doing that twice a week. It was a huge chore. Spending 20 minutes a day over a week, that's a total of 2.5 hours washing the dishes. I'm saving myself 3.5 hours of dishwashing every week simply by having fewer dishes and doing them more frequently. I know it's hard to change, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and some people have to work really hard at putting things away as they go, but here's what it looks like for dishes. Have a sink full of soapy water when you're cooking dinner and put dirty things in as you go. When you're done drinking coffee in the morning, take your cup to the sink, rinse it out, put it in the dishwasher. After dinner, have everyone at the table take their plates, rinse it off, put it in the dishwasher. Finish loading and start that dishwasher before you sit down to relax in the evening. And if you don't have a dishwasher, get all those dishes washed and in the drying rack before you sit down. Number 6, invest in a course. There is a ton of free information on decluttering, and you can absolutely do it on your own. But if you feel like you can't keep the momentum going and you're always starting but never finishing, then investing in yourself is like finally grabbing a life preserver that someone has tossed to you. There is no need to struggle with trying to swim to the boat when someone is willing to help pull you in. When we invest in something, it's a stronger commitment. We take it seriously. Think about it. How many free Kindle books do you have on your Kindle? For me, I have at least 53. Why? Because I like free, but I've never opened them to read them. But if I go and purchase a book for $15 or $20, I'm pretty much guaranteed to sit down and read that book when I get it in the mail, or if I get it on the Kindle. I invested in it, so I'm 100% more likely to do it. When I wanted to get fit, I knew I could walk every day and lift weights, but it wasn't until I invested in an exercise program that took me through a daily workout that I actually did what I've been intending to do for years. There's no shame in this. There's no shame in investing in yourself. Some of us just need that extra push to accomplish what we want. And it doesn't matter how we accomplish it. What matters is that we do accomplish it. If you're ready to get serious about decluttering, please sign up for my webinar. There's a link in the description. If you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a link to the webinar at the end of every blog post on my website. And if you decide not to purchase anything, that's completely okay. The webinar is a full overview of my method, and you can take what you learn, apply it, and achieve that clutter-free home that you've been longing for. Thanks for watching, and if you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching this somewhere else, go find me on YouTube and subscribe. And please leave a comment below the video and let me know what things you have learned and what has helped you really make a difference in your home.